You got another series, this time Group I, Brickbaugh versus Main Event. I know Brickbaugh has been struggling in this group so far. Oh, let me adjust the score from the previous match. Okay, there we go. 0-0. Brickbaugh has been struggling in the group so far, but I do think he got a win or two recently. So I'm sure he would like to get another win or two to close out the season. See where he ends up. Yeah, we'll see what he does. Top right is our yellow orc, Brickbaugh. And he is going to go Headhunter build, it looks like. Putting the peon on gold there. And at the bottom left, our red undead player Main Event going for the fast Death Knight build, making a 6th acolyte to scout out as well as find a critter to creep with. Relics. Boom. And also has this little somewhat offensive Ziggurat, which can catch around this range if he upgrades it to Nerubian later, which can be really good at preventing Blade or Farseer from walking through here. And Acolyte actually going along the right side, which is interesting. I'm not sure if he's found his critter here. Usually you bring your Acolyte here because there's usually lots of critters in this general area. Same with like this general area. But yeah, just going to scout with it. Second burrow coming up. And it is the Farseer Headhunters as expected. And the fast DK into later fiends.
A player's forces are under attack.
And a rod. Farseer looking to go across, so no creeping to be done by Brickbaugh. Wants to put the pressure on right away. And Main Event did find a critter here somewhere. Yeah. And he is going to just go for the turtles first. Actually coiling a small turtle as well. Wants to get rid of the small ones quickly. But needs to be a little careful not to lose these skeletons. Oh no, the skeletons! This one also going to fall. So a little bit of missed micro there. You'd really like to tank more with your DK first. Oh, and Brickbaugh going to steal the turtle as well. Rough start for Main Event. Only just now getting an Nerubian as well. Tech, a very early tech though. So that is one thing going for our undead, but he needs to be careful with his DK and the acolytes. Brickbaugh still in the base here. Ziggurat is halfway upgraded though, and the fiend on the way. Should see a Ziggurat coming up next. Here we go. Main Event doing what he wants, but still a pretty rough start, losing one turtle, taking a decent chunk of damage on his Death Knight. And Brickbaugh also starting his tech. 2 Headhunters coming across now. Brickbaugh feeling comfortable to bring them over and continue to harass with them. Gets 1 skeleton and continues to put damage on the Death Knight, which is huge. Get that Death Knight low before he has level 2 Unholy Aura. It can be really tough for him to heal back up. A lot of skeletons here, but Headhunters now here to put the pressure on those and take them out, giving a little bit of extra XP for Brickbaugh. Wolves timing out here, and we should see these Headhunters pick off some more skeletons, more XP to the orc. And this is actually one of the problems with the fast DK build and why you often see fast fiends instead, I think. Because against Headhunters, you just want a higher fiend count right away. Like, look how much pressure Brickbaugh is able to do here. Just getting tons of XP, picking off all these skeletons, and not taking much in return. Headhunter micro away nicely. Wolf also not giving XP here just yet. Oh, Wolf. Nicely resummoned. Putting some extra damage here. Needs to be careful of the Nerubian though. This was upgraded. But main event with barely any XP, only that first little turtle. And Brickpaw, 116 XP from one turtle and a bunch of skeletons. Oh, going to get a wolf caught here though. Might be a little bit of XP going for our undead. And Brickpaw is going to secure the level 4 turtle. Gets a mantle as well, pretty decent. And some decent damage also coming in on that Death Knight. Has to micro it away. Skeletons continue to fall very quickly to this headhunter count. The main event not getting much done with his rod so far. Slaughterhouse. And he's going tier 3 already. Very quick tech from our undead. Brickpaw still deciding what he wants. Puts up a bestiary. Do we have a second hero coming? Not yet. And stealing the shop creep will be a good chunk of XP here going the orcs way. Still no second hero though, so... Oh wait, no. He was supply stuck. That's why. Brickpaw supply stuck at 31. Oh, that hurts. But he could get troll regen here. If he is not. He has not got troll regen yet. Which would be a huge pickup. Heal these back up to full eventually with it. And now, finally, second hero on the way. TC is the choice. No tier 3 just yet either. Level 3 unlocked for the Farseer. Death Knight still level 1. Missing so much XP. Was only able to get this one orange camp and one level 2 turtle. But if he can secure this headhunter with a coil, maybe a wolf even with a coil. I think here, as the undead, when you're this close to XP, should definitely just invest a coil on a wolf if needed. Get the level 2 because you need that Unholy Aura. His Death Knight is really hurting right now, being at, you know, 250 health and no Unholy Aura. Actually invest in a Ritual Dagger there. Oh, that hurts. A bunch of gold spent on something you'd really prefer to not have to buy. Oh, Brickbot going for the red. This is a risky camp though. You can easily lose some headhunters here. Especially with his second hero not yet here. No tier 2 yet. Supply stuck once again as well. No tier 3 either. And these headhunters dropping so low. Brickbot, watch out! Oh no, one headhunter falls. He really wants this creep because I think he wants to use the fountain. But honestly, probably better just to take something safer, get the salves off, maybe get troll regen going, which I do not believe he's upgraded yet. Maybe he did. And Brickbot sitting with a lot of resources still. Needs to head tier 3 or add a burrow. So a bit of macro problems for him. Main event finally getting level 2 on his Death Knight and should be nearing tier 3 soon. XP, I believe went to the undead, but I am not actually positive. Yeah, main event got the rock golem kill, but Brickbot going to clear the rest again, and a statue gets caught. Oh, big loss there. However, he's heading to Brickbot's base. There's no fortified. Brickbot, macro. You have resources, macro. Oh, going for a little fancy play here. Picking up the sapper. Could take out this front Nerubian as well as the shop, which would be huge. Taking out the shop when the undead is tier 3 already and doesn't have their orb yet would be huge. Sapper coming in. Wolf kind of blocking though. Needs to get the sapper right here and hit the shop. Still gets the ziggurat though, which is not bad. But I think the shop actually would have been the bigger play because of the orb. However, Brickbot going in, going to get one fiend with the stomp. Needs to be careful with his headhunters though. There is the third hero. There is the orb picked up. One headhunter falls. Brickbot starting to back off. Almost gets another fiend. Stomp may secure it, but Coil comes in, saves that burrowed fiend. The Lich starting to drop low as well. And Brickbot Macro. One of the other games I saw of Brickball as well, I think that was his biggest problem, is just macroing. Finally, tier 3, getting Troll Regen, getting a Kodo, getting a Burrow. Finally set up all of his macro. And now we should see him starting to get in a decent position soon. But he is still stuck at 40 out of 41 food for now. With the second hero and Illusion and Wolves, should be able to clear this camp without too much difficulty. Just needs to be a little careful to not lose a Headhunter to the Dragon. Headhunters blocking each other. Okay, Farseer starting to tank, should be fine now. Next set of Wolves will help clear that up. Undead moving to the middle of the map, sees that his own shop was already crept by the Orc. Has no TP right now on the Undead, so needs to be a little careful. And his hero level is quite low still. But he is getting this center camp Ogre pretty easily. And Warsong Battle Drums, pretty nice pickup. +2 damage on these Fiends. Plus a couple damage on his heroes as well. Even +1 damage for the statue. Watch out, guys. Okay. A-Bomb on the way. Do not know if he has Disease Cloud yet. And Brickbot finally has Fortified. Tier 3 starting to finish. But still needs to macro. 40 out of 51 food and 2k gold. Brickbot macro. Does have 2-0 Headhunters. And TC starting to get XP. Has Sobi Mask as well. Hits some nice items, double heal scroll and an invuln. But still has a lot to spend. Needs some more units. Tome picked up on that TC. TC still not level 3, but the Undead as well. Only just now reaching 3 on his DK. And 2-2 on his secondary and third hero. Ring of Protection +4, not terrible for the DK, can still pass the claws over to the Lich or the Dark Ranger. Brickbot coming in for the attack, gets an okay-ish stomp, but trying to take down this statue right away. Farseer getting focused, should TP out soon. Brickbot does TP out, will he get the statue as well as he leaves? Does not. TC does survive though. However, Brickbot needs to heal up. Needs to produce units. 40 out of 51. Spend your gold. Kodo did eat an A-Bomb as well. But that A-Bomb is providing vision. Main event sees. Oh, he could see that Brickball was weak and trying to reach his shop because the Kodo was giving vision right here. Snipes the Farseer. Shop is now also down. TC not healed yet. Brickball not managing to spend all of his gold yet as well. Still at 40 out of 51 supply with 1,000 gold. Finally getting the Berserker upgrade. But Burrow's starting to get taken down. TC wants to go in. Gets a stomp, but is already half health. And these Headhunters don't have Berserker form yet. TC does have a couple salves, but stuck in his back at the base. Farseer ways to go before he's out. TC goes in once again, but does not have a stomp. And still low health. Main event backing off though. This is the time Brickball needs. Main event maybe a little worried because he does not have statues with him, but one does finally arrive. Should be able to start replenishing that mana on his 3 heroes and coil up that destroyer and keep the pressure. Fiend arriving as well. 59 supply for our Undead. And Brickball now supply stuck at 40 out of 41 with 1,000 gold. Farseer is almost back out though. Shop Burrow in the back line. And going to continue creeping, get that level 3 TC unlocked. Sobi Mask working wonders here. We have Kodo Ara on the way. And the A-Bomb still providing vision, by the way. Undead knows that this creeping is going on. And going to snag a few skeletons from these creeps. with the Dark Ranger Black Arrow, then push in. But the Farseer has arrived. Berserker form online. Level 3 TC with 2 stomps available, but the TC instantly nuked. Has no heals. There was a tiny Great Hall purchased as well. Unable to be used as the level 4 Farseer was dead for so long. And Brickbot hasn't been able to reach his shop, not able to salve the TC. Trying to fight off the undead. Main event looking a little worried at pushing in here. But honestly, this undead army is strong. He is a bit short on mana with his Death Knight, but he has statues, he has Wand of Mana Stealing. Brickbot snagging the little item there. Needs to get to his shop, purchase Clarity, Salve, Potions, Orb of Lightning. He has plenty of gold, just needs to spend it. Wyvern, Headhunter on the way. 2-1 upgrades as well. A-Bomb finally about to be devoured. And getting rid of that undead vision will help a lot. Main event, backing off. Looks like he's going to go creep now. I do think he should just keep up the pressure with how weak Brickbot was, but maybe he doesn't realize just how weak he is. Oh, going for the creep jack. The A-Bomb, I think, was providing vision. Finally was devoured now, though. But main event was aware that this was underway. And Brickbot might have to TP out here. Scroll of the Beast. Scroll of the Beast. TC getting focused. Dropping real low. TC does not even have inventory to pick up the scroll. Has to run out. No healing available. Farseer also getting focused. Farseer dies to the Coil Nova. And Brickbot getting his units a bit surrounded here. Kodo's got a couple devours off. But Web on the Wyvern and both Kodos now getting focus fired by the Fiends, going to drop very quickly. Main event also getting the Roar Scroll, likely to push in now. And Brickbot, without much left, 29 food, a lot of gold unspent. Mainly just needs to work on his macro. I think Brickbot does decent in the early game in terms of like having an advantage and everything, but the macro in the mid games really sets him behind.
A player's forces are under
Sitting at above 1,000 gold for way too long, and that hurts. Finally starting to get his gold spent now. Might see a tavern rebuy here. Will he spot the center? He might actually. He has a tiny great. He might even place his tiny great hall here in the center. That would be interesting. Main event does get his gold mine cancelled here, but got another creep in the meantime with the Robe of the Magi as the item. Level 2 Unholy Aura unlocked. Level 3 on second and third heroes as well, with level 2 Black Arrow. I think Silence is actually the more common pick, because you want to silence the TC. I don't know, maybe Black Arrow is better. I guess against the Headhunters, Black Arrow is pretty good still, because there is a lot of Headhunters still. Wyvern tanking a bit here, not ideal. But Brickbot is going to get level 4 TC and finally set up that tiny Great Hall that he purchased like 5 minutes ago. But main event pushing in has that Scroll of the Beast that he stole. And Brickbot, army not too huge here, sitting just at 54 food with 4 of it in production still. Wyvern kind of split off from the army with the undead in between. Oh no, Focus Fire instantly coming out onto that Farseer. Main event does not want those heroes to stay in the fight. TC marching forward, has invuln, has level 4, gets an okay stomp, couple fiends and the hero, but nuked down. Roar Scroll coming out, there is no dispel. And this undead army focus firing the Headhunters, they're gonna die so quickly. TC as well, dying so quickly, no healing left. There is still a town portal on the Farseer, but that will not truly save him as the undead army marches forward. going to take out the Expo. And it's just going to be a bit too big of an army to come back against. Brickball will try to do what he can here. Does still have some gold to work with. One Wyvern chilling in the base. Didn't want it to get webbed earlier. Finds it now. Clarity. Salve. Trying to heal up. Little hope if he can get some level 5 Farseer. Maybe with some high level wolves. If he can dodge the Devour from the Destroyer, could be pretty strong. But there's 2/2 Fiends. Huge upgrades. 62 food undead against 42 food orc. TC only halfway done. And Farseer getting caught out, going to get Nova'd and coiled. Maybe. No. Main event, going to just let it go in. But definitely might see a Nova coil here soon. And that Farseer can die super quick. He does have Wand of Illusion still as well, which can be really good once the TC comes back out. So that the undead does not know what to focus. But Wyvern get a little too far forward, webbed down, taking out super quick. Devour on the wolves. And Headhunters next. Coil Nova on the Farseer. Dropping low very quickly. Has to TP out. But he TP'd here. Or, okay, he TP'd there. I saw that he TP'd bottom left of it, but it was actually just right there. And he's surrounded. Farseer dies. Brickball calls GG. And 1-0 for main event. Yeah, game 2. And Amazonia is the map. I wasn't sure if they mistakenly chose it, but it is actually the map. Let me update the score as well. Main event up 1-0. And let's see if Brickball can turn this around. Once again, going for the Farseer Headhunter build, it seems. I do think going for one grunt on this map is also very viable, because if you go for a grunt, you can much more easily creep this as your first camp and then go to harass after. But we'll go straight into Headhunters, so likely to see Farseer. And main event, also once again going for the fast Death Knight. Very interesting choice on this map as well. Might see an early Nerubian, because if he ventures out with his Death Knight to creep one of these troll camps. Oh, critter. No, the Froggy! Froggy, run! Oh no. That frog. Feels bad, man. Froggy has been killed. But yeah, if the undead does venture out to one of those troll camps to creep it with some skeletons, his base will be very vulnerable, so I would like to see an early Nerubian with this sort of build, as if he's realized this Farseer build is going to harass right away. I don't think Brickball will creep with this. If he wanted to creep, I think he would make one grunt and creep this first. Yeah, he is going to head straight out, looking to take out an Acolyte at the start as well for a bit of extra XP. Can it get denied in time? One more hit. XP does go to the Farseer. And main event does get his skeletons, but unable to creep. Knows the Farseer's coming across. Goes for the tech first, but there's no Nerubian yet. Farseer could put some pressure onto the Acolytes if he wants. But there is coil available. Brickball instead just going to contain the undead. Not going to dive in. Maybe doesn't know how quick this tower is going to finish up. Could try to snag some XP from this camp here, especially with these wolves about to time out. Yeah, Headhunter has arrived. Brickball poking away here. Undead getting his fast tech though, which can be decent, but he does not have much for fiends to work with. First fiend only just now going to get queued. So Brickpaw could steal some camps in front of the undead, as there is really only the Death Knight to worry about with his coil. So far, they're just doing a little dance. Oh, Brickpaw sees the skeletons run out, starts the camp. Does need to be careful of the coil, but putting some damage on that Death Knight, trying to get him away. There is 2 headhunters here as well. Might be able to snake some skeleton XP again. Plus 12, 37 now on the Farseer. Little wizard taken out. And coil invested on the Farseer, just wants to put some damage on him and get him away. But 1 coil not enough to scare him away. Farseer going to move back in here. Wolves resummoned. So far, neither side getting much done. Would like to see Brickpaw have stealing a little bit more of the camps. But otherwise, the undead still not getting much done either, so not the worst scenario. Preventing that level 2 on the Death Knight so he does not have Unholy Aura is pretty huge. Tech about to finish for the undead. Then he can get his Lich underway. Oh, wolf. Does not get denied though. Death Knight will get that 20 XP. And tech about to finish for the orc as well. Brickpaw also not supply stuck this time. 27 out of 41. Will be able to get his second hero right away. Oh, what is this? What is this? Is Brickpaw going for some crazy push? Or is he just putting up a shop in the center? Headhunters on the way. Do we see some fire lords or some tonkers? Do we see a tonker? Give me that pocket factory. Farseer only level 2 though. Usually with these pushes you really want level 3 Farseer for those level 2 wolves. And he just goes for the Naga, which is the conservative pick with just a focus on, well, focusing units down with Frost Arrow. So it can definitely be strong. And Brickpaw might just wait out until these towers come up. Will main event spot it, or does he creep to the left? He is in range, I think. Should see the towers, but Brickpaw is here. We'll be able to put a lot of damage in. Cancel coming out. Towers will get canceled, but Brickpaw getting good damage still, and we'll be able to reset up these towers. And with this fast tier 3 and no slaughterhouse, there is no statues, no wagons to defend yet. These towers can very well work. Brickpaw does have troll regen this time very early. More headhunters on the way, bestiary on the way. Would like to see another burrow, maybe another peon sent over for more towers. Tower going to get canceled. Actually, no cancel there, but does fall. And headhunters also getting focused. Rod of Necromancy is huge for the undead here, but there is still a hefty count of headhunters and 1 tower starting to finish. He does not have reinforced though, so no fortified on this tower. Can be taken down very easily by fiends. 1 headhunter going to fall from the Nova, but a little bit of focus fire here from the headhunters. Can he get this tower up? There's a lot of skeletons putting damage on, but he's going to lose a fiend maybe. Coil comes out just in time, but the tower also goes down. And Rod of Necromancy putting in work. So many skeletons. Brickpaw starting to get a little XP from it though. Now focusing the Lich, trying to get the coils used up. Death Knight will have only 1 more coil to use currently, but headhunter count starting to diminish here. More headhunters should be on the way though, and 1 tower finally going to get set up. And a Demolisher is here too. However, the tower might aggro the creeps. We might see a 3-way here with Orc, Undead, and Murlocs. Murglurglurks. More towers on the way. Demolisher working on that crypt. There is a slaughterhouse in the back, so he could produce 1 wagon if he wants, or just a statue. An Orb of Corruption is online. The damage from that orb will help out a ton. Brickbot finally second tower, but low on wood, no reinforced yet,
Town is under siege.
and a lot of gold still to work with. Would like to see a shop and maybe another tower like here. Okay, puts it on this side. Still, good choice to get a shop here. However, these headhunters dying so quickly. There's not enough of them. And without those level 2 wolves, not able to put enough return damage yet on these fiends. Undead backing off into his base. Oh, picking off this Nerubian would be huge. There is one Acolyte coming to repair, but a couple more shots might take it out. One. Oh, gets the Nerubian. That's huge. Supply stuck is main event. Puts up another Ziggurat in the front. That one can get also focused easily. So needs to be very careful with this. I'd like to see Ziggurats put back here. Crypt also getting worked on now, and the wagon taking a big shot there from the Demolisher. Brickbot looking to take out the fiends. Towers in range, putting in quite a decent chunk of damage there. Demolisher needs to be repaired though. There is only one peon. Oh, one more peon here. I would like to see Brickbot produce honestly more peons and bring more across. We do see a Kodo now as well. That Kodo Aura going to be huge here because the damage on the Demolisher will help a lot. Should give it an extra, I think, yeah, 8 damage there. As well as another 3 damage on the Headhunters and Heroes. Huge damage upgrades. But the towers, no fortified. They're dying so quickly to the fiends. Brickbot a little bit out of position. Does have a shop here. Can start getting clarities. And Farseer nearing that level 3. Would really like to see him get it here soon because level 2 wolves can make a big difference. Demolisher keeps working on that wagon. We see a couple extra acolytes produced for repairing so that he does not have to take any more off the gold mine. Death Knight also only level 2 right now, but once this Death Knight hits 3 and gets those bigger level coils, gotta really watch out. Wagon and Demolisher going to work on each other. It's firing away. Oh, Death Knight. Tower going to get cancelled here in a second, but the Fiend's taking some big shots. Demolisher as well, starting to fall though. Can the wagon get picked off? Switch focus to the wagon, kill it. Save the Demolisher. Demolisher goes down to the wagon, and the wagon doesn't go down. Brickbot is going for the Fiend instead. It does kill the Fiend, but the wagon survives, and now he does not have a Demolisher. Burrow comes in. No reveal available. Shop is here though. Gets a clarity. Might want to pass that to the Farseer. Or get a second one. He does get a second one. Farseer is only a couple skeletons away from level 3 though. And if he can get level 3 and those level 2 wolves, that will help a ton. No reinforced yet. Lots of gold for Brickbot. Still needs to continue macroing better, but supplies stuck sort of at 39 out of 41 currently. And there's a wagon still on the field. Second wagon even. Honestly, Brickbot could still just back off and creep and play a normal game and have a decent chance here. But he could still continue trying to push this. If he gets the wagon pickoffs. Oh, huge damage coming on the wagon. Going to pick off one wagon. Huge. Level 3 Farseer. Other wagon gets picked off as well. Chain Lightning coming in. Should see level 2 wolf skilled here in a second too. Oh my god, trying to devour an acolyte. Now backing off to his towers. Still having wood troubles here. I mean, he has 300, but you would like to see him get reinforced. More towers, maybe more peons brought over. Brickbot struggling a little bit to macro, but gets his Berserk form. The Berserk form going to help a lot. I didn't even notice, he went tier 3 during this. Kodo Aura on the way, more Headhunters on the way. Still has 700 gold for Brickbot. Double heal potion purchased as well. Wants to be safe on his heroes. And another tower coming in. Another wagon getting produced. This one in a fairly safe position, but wolves starting to go in. Oh, He skilled level 2 wolves, but these ones were only level 1. Maybe skilled it afterwards on accident. And Farseer taking a decent chunk of damage, but he does have that heal potion. Tower might get cancelled if the undead pushes forward on it. Wagon going to work on it, but not actually hitting for that much. We'll just take the tower down. No, size it back off. On the wagon, level 2 wolves coming in. That wagon's gonna go down to the wolves, I think. Can he slow them? Acolyte actually blocking, but the wagon does still go down. And honestly, main event getting a little too scared of these towers. With his fiends, and maybe with some Rod of Necromancy use, he can easily push into this with just fiends. They do not actually have fortified yet, so they will die pretty quickly to fiend shots. Fortify or reinforced defenses on the way finally. And Brickpaw still at only 37 food. Short on wood at 43, 23 wood. Really needs to produce some extra peons. But he's getting some damage in here. Burrow on all the fiends there. And the next fiend getting focused. Burrow and Coil comes in just in time. Would like to see Brickpaw maybe pick up some dust, but he's going to work on the wagon. Puts a decent chunk of damage on that. Repair going to come out. Second wagon on the way as well. Now with double wagon out, might be able to finally push forward and kill these towers. However, he's taking a lot of damage on his heroes. Does take down the forward tower, but the wagon's up front and getting blocked by the Acolyte. Wolves coming in. One wagon going to fall once again, and Brickpaw sending in the wolves on the second wagon as well, forcing that repair. Oh my god, what is this 10-minute slow tower push against undead? The wagon's forward. Does have a speed scroll, could speed scroll on that wagon at some point if he wants. Kill it and just back off. But otherwise, still just the macro troubles. 1700 gold for Brickpaw. But he's getting some decent damage in here. Putting a lot of damage on that DK. Does have a TP if needed. There is Forked Lightning as well on the Naga. Kodo does have a Fiend in it. But that Fiend is going to be in tower range if the Kodo dies. Oh, does have Forked Lightning. DK pops the potion. Kodo going to fall in a second. And Fiend is let loose, but the Fiend going to get killed anyways in a second. Oh, Burrow comes in to save it. More Headhunters on the way. Brickpaw with limited unit count, but still with a lot of gold to spend. Macro Brickpaw! You got this. He could buy a Orb of Lightning and a Mana Potion here as well if he likes. Yeah, going to work on that Death Knight, but nicely microed back by main event. And now, heroes in tower range, going to have to use the potions to survive. Maybe the speed scroll as well. But the Naga falls. And Brickpaw calls the GG. 2-0 for main event.